Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening. Welcome back to Coffee Talk, Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. I am once again joined by my lovely friend, SinCama.
Hi there, everybody.
What voice is that? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with Rodeo Clown.
Sure.
Sin, what do you recall about our last session in Coffee Talk? It's been a little bit.
Why don't you push a button that shows us the calendar? Maybe I'll remember.
Okay. Whoops, well. I thought it would open up and say, would you like to continue from this point? But I guess it doesn't matter.
Nope. It's not how that works.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, it'll just boot us into the newspaper.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, it doesn't. You've been wrong twice.
Okay.
Alright. Load the game.
So we're here.
Okay.
So this is where we were last, and this is where we are today.
So we were talking about that tree.
The tree, yes.
It was some sort of fairy ? That became the tree, and now it's been taken down, and thus spooky things are happening. Maybe it's a ghosts that are popping tires of people's cars.
Right. Transient being, as it is known as.
Of which our did we establish our little siren mistress here? Is she also
Banshee?
Yeah. Banshee. Whoops. Is she also a
Riona?
transient being?
Well, they'll use transient being in the sense that they're just like gypsies. They're non-registered citizens. She's a registered citizen, so the name, the term transient isn't
the mysticism of once their body passes, then everyone else forgets about them.
For Riona, I don't believe that's the case. I think she explicitly said that's not going to happen to her. But okay. I think what she did say will happen to her is she won't leave a body behind. She'll just disappear.
Ah, okay.
Anything else?
Because that was the thing for everyone else. I was like, no, that just seems sad, and she's just like, why?
No, she'll just leave a body behind. I believe she explicitly stated that the memories of people having her won't disappear. That was a special case. And she won't turn into a tree either. She'll just vanish. Which is interesting that I wonder if their clothes go too, if they just entirely disintegrate or just poof.
Yeah. Also looking at this calendar, we are well more than halfway through.
Yeah, it seems like it, right?
So, for me, I still want this to ramp up still just a bit more. We got some time still, but we've been doing some of that ramping, but yeah, I still want more.
I feel like we're at a fair climax. Mysteries are converging. We have our fire agent and Silver having their game of cat and mouse, and right now we have Georgie at the height of his investigation. Now that he's got some details that should clinch the case. We have Riona and Lucas. I think their relationship is further along than before, in that she still turned him down for appearing on the show, but I feel like she'll come around to a different idea eventually. Yeah. And Lucas is changing as a person.
They're now on respectful terms.
Right. The only thing I think that still needs to develop is Lua and Bailey's, and maybe a bit more of Hyde and Gala. But I think otherwise everyone is already at their climax, so we'll see what happens next.
It's curious that mystery cat is also its own character icon.
It's important. It says hello.
And I think it will actually be a big plot point at some point.
I mean, the cat has to be a Nekomimi. It's just really committed to the bit.
Just not
there are no cats that can just walk into coffee shops and go, yeah, I'm just here now. That's not a thing.
Maybe not where you're from.
Yes, Nekomimis are smarter than the average bear, and I don't think regular cats do that. Could be just me.
Shows what you know.
Also, I completely forgot about Aqua and Myrtle.
I didn't, but
I did. I don't think they've reached the climax of their arc, but I feel like today could be. They're softly arguing. I think Myrtle came to her own conclusion, and she probably apologized to Aqua in private. Who knows?
We shall see. It's just wants Aqua to have her self-worth.
So let's restart this day.
Yeah. What was the news? Give me the news.
What was the news? Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. We're slowly approaching this day ourselves. It's happening, Sin. It is not to date the video, but July 2023. It's coming.
Yeah, it's August and then September. That is how time works.
Remember how in the first game that the moon was a straight up mechanic in that, yeah, the moon is slowly filling out, and when that fills out, something's gonna happen. Yeah. That was cool. I wouldn't even, okay, it's not a mechanic, it's a narrative device, but it was still cool. You can see it progressing. I don't think I've noticed it progressing so far, but it should. Okay. The Evening Whispers, free of charge. Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. In today's headline, World Golem Culture Center grand opening to be held in Bhutan. I don't know what that means. What is a Golem Culture Center? Are golems sentient beings?
Yeah, why not? Look at the picture right there. That's the head of someone of significance to their culture.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's like you're disrespecting the Gorons of Zelda lore. It's like, are they people? They just eat rocks.
Do they poop out rocks as well? What do Gorons poop?
Yeah, probably. So you're gonna complain, why don't they just eat the big boulder that's blocking my way?
How do Gorons reproduce? Have you ever seen a female Goron?
It could just be asexual.
It's never brought up, but let's not bring it up today. No. In other headlines, lunar cell panel prototype ready for first test. Okay, I don't know what a lunar cell panel comprises of, but I'm guessing it takes lunar energy, which is just the sun being bounced off the moon.
Yeah, and it's just more
light.
Of the sun.
I mean, I've heard that the sun bouncing off the moon does interesting things, but it's never quite stated what it does. It's just moonlight, so to speak. But okay, as long as more efficient, clean power can be brought into the world, I'm all for it. And finally, in today's news, newcomer progressive Elven metal band Avathor tops U.S. music chart. Okay, cool. I wonder if that will pop up somehow. Maybe they're lining with Rachel. It's a little late to introduce new characters, but it would be interesting if they just popped in and like, hey, we're metal band people.
Yeah, why not?
Alright. Ready to start the day?
Do it.
Let's see. All the ingredients are stocked up, and the weather's keeping quiet. Looks like a good night to listen to some stories. And before we start, we can look at our phone. Our Tomodachi. Let's see. Looks like Myrtle, Amanda, and Silver all liked us. Of course, nothing here. I think it's funny, even their arc finishing up, which this is also a good indicator of where everyone's arc is at, so to speak. Like, you can see, my assessment of Riona and Lucas might not be like, they might not have hit their climax yet. And I was correct about Bailey's and Lua not quite at their climax. But everyone else is like where I suspected they'll be. Yeah. But it's funny that how we don't get anything at all. There's just, here's your picture, whatever.
Mystery.
Anyway, oh, wow. Okay, let's start at the bottom first.
Yeah.
Lucas, have you ever heard a story that wows so... What? Wait. Have you ever heard a story that wows so you try
that wows, comma, so you try to go.
Okay. I thought I had dyslexia for a minute. So you try to go for your dreams, but because you're so inspired to do something or anything, share your story, like by Neko Chul and others. Okay, I don't. Whatever, Lucas. Rachel, looking super cute, adorbs. Big fan. Neko Chul, taking an easy day because of self-care is important. Don't forget to take a good rest once in a while too, everyone. See, Rachel uses commas. Where is Freya? Need Freya.
I'm predicting she'll show up on like the last day just to like wrap everything up.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what did I miss? Rihanna have a normal schedule. I like your clothes, Rihanna. I think you're cool. Okay, and the big one.
There's a golem right there.
There is a golem. You know what? I could be wrong. I think I did see a golem in other parts of the story. Maybe I just forgot. Is this a creature?
And whatever the hell this the middle thing is. Sure that's not Carbuncle from Puyo Puyo?
Maybe. We have two normal humans, it seems like. They're very pink, though. We have Lucas, a golem. He's not wearing any pants, I don't think. And a normal orc.
Do they need to wear pants? Do they have shame?
Wait. Why did this... Oh, man, this post does even better than Rachel looking cute. That's crazy. What is so crazy about this picture? Someone in here must be famous. Oh, and dinner with my team. So this is his production team, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, they all seem chill. I wonder what the golem guy does.
Yeah.
Does he do stunts?
How do you type with rocks for hands?
Well, I don't know. Ask the thing. Okay. Seems to be all in our books.
Who is it?
Lucas. Oh, Gala.
Come on. Time to go.
And
hey,
hide.
it's both of them. Okay, you can be hide again. Then.
Yes. Meaningful silence. Good evening, Mr. Hyde. Mr. Gala. Nice to see you two. How did it go at the hospital today?
Well, it was fine, except I was a little exhausted.
Goodness. Are you having issues with the children again?
No, that's not it. It's just... Well, for starters, my Fury's giving me a hard time.
And look, you mentioned it at the top of the recording, and now it's being brought up again.
Your Fury? Is it the full moon already?
Nope, but I sometimes get pre-Fury symptoms.
Pre-Fury symptoms?
Pre-Fury symptoms.
Yeah, it's a common thing for werewolves. A few days before the full moon, our bodies start to prepare for Fury.
Okay.
And that changes the way they react to pretty much everything. Symptoms vary depending on who you ask. But it can affect our muscles, our appetite, our energy levels. It can give us headaches and a lot of other stuff. Small, but annoying.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
No, to be honest, it's not great. For me, I've been feeling pretty sore and more tired than usual.
The stream's lagging. Okay.
And a bit crankier as well.
Sin, don't break kayfabe.
Case face.
Is there a drink that could help you with that? This is just me IRL, always saying, hey, there's tea for that. And everyone just rolls their eyes at me.
I never found one, but if anyone can come up with it, it's you, barista.
Yay. Since a Galahad can soothe your fury, maybe it would work pre-fury as well?
Maybe, but I think it'd need to be more relaxing.
Sin, off the top of your head, can you remember what's in a Galahad?
No.
Okay.
Like a Galahad, but with no caffeine.
Oh,
And maybe blue?
why blue specifically?
It's what my body needs. What do you want?
Sin, could you go to the store, pick me up some blue drink? I need it.
Get some blue.
Hey, you want some orange drink?
I mean, that's
We don't have
that's
orange
something
juice.
you can purchase.
Yes, I'm aware. That's why I said it. You don't want no Sunny D or orange juice. You want some orange drink.
I want that purple stuff.
A good purple drink. Okay. So,
How
Let's
do
see
you
if
make
a Galahad-
then? You
a
who
Galahad
so
should
wise.
be in our... Yes. So a Galahad is tea, milk, and ginger. So I suspect we're just going to use blue pea, milk, and ginger.
That seems about right.
I wonder what it's going to be called. A Gala Give instead of a Galahad? Nope, just Gala Tea.
That was easy.
I wonder how they did the latte art that precise. It's super cool.
See, we don't got any items, do we?
Let's check.
Yeah. Empty drawer.
Yes, Georgie didn't drop his item this time. He picked it up and left.
Please and thank you, Georgie.
Alright. Order up. Here you go. A Gala Tea for you.
Do you come up with these names on the spot, barista?
No. It takes a bit of soul searching, on my pause menu. To tailor it to the situation, and so on.
That almost makes it sound like you know in advance what we're going to order.
He's onto us.
He's onto us. Quick!
Just a tranquilizer dart.
This is gonna be a little bit random, but I was reading a manga the other day, and it's about a goblin, and isekai goblin, whatever. But in the midst of the isekai goblin doing isekai goblin things, making friends with humans, the isekai goblin comes across a very special human. He is a prince of the kingdom, and his ability is literally the world. He can rewind time up to 8 times per event. And an event
Rewind
is when
time?
you interact with somebody. Rewind time. Just straight up just go back in time.
That's a real man's world, or mandom. I think that's his stance. That's not the world. Come on.
Okay, my bad. Real man's world.
Not mandom.
I forgot my favorite stand like a jackass.
Man.
But yes, it is. But
Ringo
in that
wrote
situation,
it.
yes, Ringo's great. What the guy does is he rewinds time every time he comes across a situation he doesn't like. So if he accidentally spills information, he'll just rewind time and not spill the information. But despite him doing that, our goblin isekai protagonist still figures out what his powers is because of how he reacts in certain situations. Like, how did he know I was going to say this or do that? He must have the powers to rewind time, because even if he was telekinetic or has ESP, he would react differently. So he still gets found out despite him not wanting his powers to be found out, or even how his powers work of he can only rewind time 8 times, which the goblin isekai protagonist figures out in the first conversation, and the prince goes, oh, no, that's a problem, you're not supposed to know that. So he rewinds time and takes away that information. So that just reminds me of this.
Take that, protag goblin. You know nothing about anything.
Suspicious silence. call it a sixth sense.
Right. Let's see how your sixth sense tastes.
This reminds me of another JoJo iconography that we both should remember.
For what?
Tongue and tasting and JoJo.
I mean, that could be many things at this point.
That could be many things.
Lest we forget Rohan was just like, hey, here's a spider. What happens if I fucking lick it? Wouldn't that be rad?
Wow. This is excellent. Exactly what I needed.
Very happy to hear that. Hyde, are you gonna speak anytime soon?
So, like, no one in the medical field in this world could figure out how to treat Fury. It's just this one guy in the coffee shop.
To be fair, Fury is very person specific, if you recall from the first game.
Still. There's things for the common cold, even if that's not exactly a curable thing.
Yeah, but this is a magical world that doesn't operate on common sense.
No.
People can just disappear from your memories or turn into trees.
No.
So, if a werewolf says Fury has to be person specific and they go their whole lives trying to find the cure, then you gotta take it for what it is. It's not gonna be a medical prescription they can just find in a doctor's office. Unfortunately.
No.
What's with the long looks, you two? Did something happen?
Actually, barista. Guess I'll just come out with it. I need your help.
My help? Oh, come on. I wasn't that bad.
Hyde.
No? I was so tired today I nearly fell asleep on the job. But most importantly, it's not good for you.
Oh god, what are you doing this time, Hyde? Sin, any guesses what Hyde's doing? I'm gonna say hardcore drugs.
Did he get ball gagged again?
Those are our guesses. Sound off in the comments if we're correct.
And if we weren't correct, sound off in the comments how much we were actually correct.
Sound off in the comments your own predictions before we're moving on.
Moping
Pause
around.
the video right now.
No, dang it.
Alright, did you unpause? I'm waiting. Zawardo.
Tokyo Tomare. Moping around, sulking, refusing to look at solutions. I've never seen you like this, and I'm getting worried.
There's nothing to worry about.
You say that, but then you spend entire nights looking miserable.
I always look miserable. What about it?
No advice I come up with is good enough. And Hyde, I'm barely keeping it together as is. You should know by now how I feel when Fury's about to hit.
I take it you two ended up chatting yesterday after all.
You bet we did.
Uh-oh.
After I walked out of here, I headed home, and I found this one.
He says it like he found a stray puppy. Which is ironic because Gala is the dog man.
Racism.
Lying on the sofa, staring at the ceiling.
Wait, where? In your apartment or the hospital?
The sofa.
Yeah, but hospitals have
The
sofas too.
sofa.
Okay, whatever.
Looking so gloomy, it sucked the color out of the room.
Also racist.
It's not the first time either. It's a constant these days.
I like how this is actually one of the few times you can see movement of a sprite without having to prompt anything, because Hyde is darting around his eyes.
Shifty
So-
eyes.
Yeah, it's a new, unique sprite animation, actually.
Whoa.
I noticed these things because I'm hilarious like that.
Hilarious. Please help me help him, barista.
I kind of don't want to. He was an asshole the first time he came back.
I'm at my wits' end.
I'll help you though, Gala. I'll help you help him because helping you is the end goal.
That is what I asked for, yes.
Mr. Hyde, you want to share with the class what's going
No.
on?
I don't have depression. Shut up.
Fine. The truth is, I'm bored to death. Hyde, you're such an asshole. Play video games or something. You're such an asshole, Hyde. I'm gonna cry. He's such an asshole. Or I would be if it wasn't for the whole immortality thing. I'm nearing 40 years old. No, you're not. He is not 40. You're lying. And I've never been this bored in my entire life. I don't know why Hyde is straight up lying. He's not 40. He wasn't born in the 1980s. He was born way after that. Way before that, I mean. Gala makes it seem like he was. And also Hyde makes it seem like he was too. He talked about how this place was like way different before. Whatever. I'm not gonna comment on it. This better not be a soft retcon of him just lying. Interesting. You usually make it sound like you're much older. Thank you, game. I'm Coffee Talk. Me and you, we're on the same wavelength. As long as you don't soft retcon this. Okay. This is acceptable.
Fire years.
This is acceptable. I'm okay with this. 40 years old in vampire years. Fuck does that mean? I am not saying how old that is in other species years. Okay, Sin, any guesses how old Hyde fucking is? I'm gonna say 400.
At least this many.
Oh wow. That's
Yeah.
I can really see what you're doing across this microphone.
It's
We're
pretty
totally
dang
in the same
old,
room.
Hyde.
I'm gonna say 400. This multiply by 10.
Yeah.
Eyes on the prize, barista. Intervention first, gossip later.
Hey, we're doing our pre-investigation. We gotta find out, right, Sin?
Yep, gotta appetize before we get to the meat.
We gotta know what we're working with. My apologies. Why are you so bored, Mr. Hyde? What's sucking all the excitement out of your life? Pun intended. My job. What was that? My job!
Hey, no need to shout.
Hope I didn't blow the mic out. Well, I'm also irritated about it, okay? I'm not exactly used to sitting around, twiddling my thumbs. But modeling stopped being fun ages ago. You did mention something like that last time. You are trying to leave modeling behind, then? Yeah. Is there a specific reason for that? It's all just so brief. Back when I started modeling, people thought of fashion in a different way. They wanted to keep their outfits for a while. So they had to be elegant, well-made, and versatile. Some campaigns that I featured in stayed on billboards for months. And I knew the clothes would last decades. In a way, it felt like I was building a bond with their wearers. I endorsed something that would feature in their cherished memories. But then, social media came, and it all became disposable. Oh no, Hyde feels the same way I feel. Social media is a curse.
Influencers.
Yeah, he's not wrong. With the spread of information becoming so more widespread, things that were scarce and had to really make last, they quickly became like, no, you have 200 more of those, so better get in while it's hot. Which, is good for diversity and competition, but bad for things, being relevant for a applicable amount of time.
Dead meme. It died like 2 days ago.
Sorry, man. Dead meme. It died 5 minutes ago. We're on to a new meme now. Yeah. Alright. The clothes themselves, of course. But the models, even more. I shoot a campaign, the brand posted online, and it gets attention for what? 10 minutes? Then another campaign comes in, and everything's forgotten. Blink, and it's gone. There's no bond to be built there. Isn't that changing these days, though? With slow fashion and the like? Could be. This trend could be just another trend in fashion, although I don't think it's a trend. Could be.
Trend.
What do you think, Sin? Trend. The trend of a trend.
Hey, yo, dog, I heard you like trends.
I got trends for your trends, man.
I have nothing to say about fashion.
Okay.
That the fashion wears more apparel than the man. That's a Much Ado About Nothing reference for all you Shakespeare fans out there.
That's true. And people are getting into vintage clothes too. I salute that. Hipsters, sound off in the comments. But the reality of my job remains the same.
What about your fans?
What about my fans? They're all dead.
Damn, is that the Skullgirls developers talking?
Oh, no, that's...
Let's not go into another 30-minute conversation.
Pre-recorded.
You have so many people following you.
You mentioned that last night, and my answer hasn't changed. They follow me because they think I'm pretty. True, not me, but in general. Being admired is nice, but it doesn't constitute a bond. So, you are saying you'd like to leave more of a mark? Instead of influencing, you want to influence? Sin?
No.
Okay, I tried. Maybe so. It would be nice if I did something that people remembered, that became part of their lives in a real way.
You do know you have people in your life in a real way, right? People who always remember you?
Whatever, Mom. That's not the same thing.
Maybe you should study to become a doctor or something.
Sin, it's. Let me just moan for a little bit, okay? I love Gala, and Gala is so smart. And Hyde is such a fucking asshole. Gala's like, okay, you're bored. Do something about it. And Hyde's like, I don't wanna. I just wanna jerk off in this corner, looking at myself in the mirror. I was like, learn how to be a ninja or something. Practice the secret arts. I don't become an artist. Take pictures. Go to space. Do something.
I guess you do something
Be
for
cool.
so long. Maybe just don't see
Cure
yourself doing
cancer.
anything else.
Literally anything. You've been alive for, I'm gonna say 400 years. Come on, something, dude.
But I don't want to cure cancer. I want to be a model.
Like, if Hyde has been alive for as long as I think, he should be a historian or something cool. Contribute. Instead, he's just some guy like, oh yeah, I'm just modeling. You know, I'm unassuming. And then turns out, oh yeah, I knew where the Holy Grail was hidden the whole time. I was there when Jesus was there. Well, you guys didn't know that? Oh, what do you mean? Oh yeah, this part of the Bible is wrong. It just amazes me that he could, but he's not. And God was like, stop being an asshole. Please? Just for a little bit?
No.
Anyway.
That would make a real difference.
No, thank you. The job still needs to be fun. Oh, I hate you so much. Studying for 10 years just to exhaust myself in 14-hour shifts? Did you mistake? Did you mistake me for a hard-working vampire? Let this sit in. I'm gonna let this sit in for a little bit.
Just really appreciate just how much assholery is on display here.
Did you see that? Gala rolled his eyes.
Yeah, I'm looking at him. That's what we're all doing.
It's hilarious.
Do you see what I'm dealing with, barista?
You seen this shit, barista? It's crazy. It does seem to be a thorny issue.
To put it politely.
Perhaps you like to mull it over with a drink in hand, Mr. Hyde. It's my headcanon that the barista's also laughing subconsciously. Internally, I mean. Yeah, that sounds good. Just make me something I'd like. Anything you've seen me enjoy recently or when we first met. Alright, Sin, I'm not dealing with him. Would you like to grace me with some text answers while I go through, Tomodachi on the brew pad? Would that be acceptable?
Let's see. But yeah, there's only one person, I guess, who put a story up. Let's see. Eurogamer. Stop trying to get my cookies. So let's see. Okay. So specifically, what they went through is like the first drink from the original game.
Right.
Jahe Tubruk. You know
Right.
how that is made?
Yes.
Then do it.
Oh, that's the only one?
That's the one they gave me. So perhaps there are other ones. Maybe you could just give them the same thing as last time with the hibiscus and the ginger, but that's what they recommended, or that's the one they did. It's just the Jahe Tubruk.
Okay. We're gonna give him a Jahe Tubruk then.
You said you knew how to do it. Why are you looking it up?
Just so I don't get it wrong. Just because I know it doesn't mean I'm gonna get it right.
What do you think? Oh no, it's right there.
Sin, I may have a strong memory, but it's not infallible, okay?
Beep, beep, beep.
One Jahe Tubruk. Order up. Here you go, Mr. Hyde. You seem to like this well enough. I wonder if there's special dialogue for this, but I'm gonna suppose not. We'll we'll leave it up to others to see it for themselves, or I'll find out on my own one day.
This dialogue seems to cover any base you go, but we'll see.
Right. Heh.
Nice, barista. And you lost your bet, Hyde.
Bet?
When Hyde was wallowing in self-pity yesterday, I told him many people cared about him. And I bet you could remember what he liked, even if he gave you no instructions.
Yeah, he is one of our regulars. I mean, irregulars? He doesn't visit San Francisco very often. No, Seattle very often. But when he does, he makes an impression. So I want to say, yeah, he would remember. And he's a supermodel, so he's not famous.
So now I get to say that I was right. And Hyde gets to buy me dinner. at a place of my choosing.
Curses.
How dare people be nice to me?
I can't believe people actually care about me.
This is bullshit. How dare you know what I like and give it to me?
Damn it.
This sucks. No pun intended. You're going to pick that horrible steakhouse again, aren't you?
You know it.
Have you won other bets in the past, Mr. Gala? Uh-oh. We're just stoking the fire.
Let's see. You say it, Hyde.
Now you're being the asshole.
Takes one to know one.
He's won every single one of the bets we've ever made. What was that? He's won every single one of the bets he ever made. Wow. You're an asshole and predictable. And you're always wrong. Predictable.
Yeah. I'm this close to being able to buy a new TV with the money I'm saving on food.
Ugh, Gala.
New TV talk. Also topical.
New TV talk. And saving on food.
Hey.
Man, Gala is such the best, because he's just compared to Hyde all the time. Imagine winning a bet. He's never lost a bet. And I'm going to guess they've known each other for at least 50 years. Minimum 50 years. 50 years of being right. Holy fuck. That's amazing. I love it.
I would never admit that to anyone.
But he has to. Or else Gala's going to tell us himself. It doesn't matter. And guess what? Gala has never lied to us, so we'll believe him versus the Omega liar.
Damn.
Just rub it in my face, why don't you? Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Hey, did you know that Hyde has lost every bet ever? Oh, hi everyone. Couldn't help but overhear that Hyde lost every bet he's ever had.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, Lua.
Hi, Lua.
Busy night, I see.
Yeah, we've got a veritable full house. All two of them. Hi, Miss Lua. Busy and lively, just the way we like it.
That's good. And I'm really glad you're here, Hyde.
Oh no! More people caring about me? This sucks.
That's 2 dinners, by the way.
I wanted to apologize for the other night. I was so excited to see you, especially since it had been a while.
Interesting. I didn't know Lua appreciated Hyde that much.
But we ended up fighting with Bailey's instead. You must be getting bored of our arguments.
Uh-oh. I'm having a prediction, but I won't say it. But I'm having a prediction. It's alright. They're kind of fun to watch.
Look at her unamused
What?
expression.
What?
Anyways.
Anyways, someone sensible.
How are things with you two, by the way?
Just let me order before I answer.
Lua, you never order anything crazy. I wonder what your ordered this time.
Something crazy. If that's alright, barista.
Of course. What would you like?
I spent the whole day talking in meetings and presentations, so I have a bit of a sore throat.
Ooh, cough syrup?
Is there anything you'd recommend for that?
Definitely something with lemon and honey.
Sounds great. I'd love a lemon and honey drink then, please.
Alright. We can give her a standard cough syrup, which is lemon, honey, and green tea, which it should be. Let me double check.
I just always enjoy voicing Lua.
Yeah,
I-
that's great.
I enjoy the warm and playful tones she has.
Let's just go cough syrup. Unless blue pea yields anything interesting. Let's see if that popped up anything fun on the brew pad. Lemon, honey, mint. No? Okay. I'm gonna get fancy and use up one of our blue peas just for fun. Lemon, honey. Let's just see what happens. Probably nothing, but never hurts to see. Nah, nothing.
Lemon,
Okay.
honey, blue
We're gonna stay with the
pea.
cough syrup then.
Yeah, you get that out of here.
Green tea with lemon and honey. Well, not green tea, just regular tea.
Hey, I made a Shakespeare reference before, and now here's another one.
I'm not serving her a Midsummer Night's Dream.
God damn it.
Not at the moment, anyway. Let's try green tea. If green tea doesn't yield anything, then we'll go with Midsummer Nights. But it should yield a cough syrup, which is what I'm aiming for. There we go.
If you're interested, Eurogamer made her a lemon honey chocolate.
A lemon honey chocolate.
So I guess she would take anything that's lemon and honey, is what I gathered.
Yeah, this seems
Then-
pretty box standard, but
The name doesn't imply that it's a special drink, so I guess.
right. I'm gonna
Whatever.
go with cough syrup as my headcanon,
Okay.
because that's what it should be. Here you go. Some honey to soothe, some lemon to boost recovery.
Thanks, Dr. Barista.
Dr. Barista.
This is truly lovely. Just what I needed.
That's great to hear.
My company's trying to get a big contract. So I've been organizing meetings with everyone, making sure it's all going according to plan.
That sounds pretty tough.
Yeah, it's a lot of responsibilities and decision making. And part of me likes that, but part of me feels the pressure of it. So it's nice to be able to unwind with a warm cup. Anyhow, to answer your earlier question, Gala, you've probably gathered that Bay and I have been fighting.
Yeah, Hyde told me a little about it too.
Right. Well, we haven't discussed the wedding for the past couple of days. And honestly, it's done me a lot of good.
Okay, good.
He shuts the fuck up, which is nice. The thing is, I know Bay means well. He suggests all these things that he thinks I'd like. And I should like them. He's paying attention, not just sending random ideas. I should be grateful that he's trying to please me. But I get annoyed instead. And then I start feeling guilty that I'm annoyed. Which makes me even more annoyed. It's not great, I know.
Well, it'd be easier if we always acted rationally. Right. If we only got annoyed at the right people for the right reasons. But things aren't that simple, are they?
That's true.
Although, I guess if you figured out what actually annoys you, it would help.
That's the problem. I'm not sure. At first, I thought I was tired or worried. The decision making at my job is taking a toll for sure. It's a bit hard for me to also deal with organizing things in my personal life. Also, the financial side of it is hard to navigate.
You know, Sin, my prediction for what Lua is annoyed at, I think she just doesn't want a big wedding. I think, honestly, what she wants to take Bailey's suggestion of let's just have a small wedding, invite the people we actually like, but she's just annoyed that she has to go through all these people she doesn't really like. But she's doing it out of obligation when Bailey's like, don't do that, and then she gets defensive about how she should do it and she has to do it, and she can't change her mind, but she's also upset about that. So when Bailey tries to help her out, he's just feeding ideas into the wrong part of what she doesn't want already in the first place. Like, she's spending all this money, they're both spending all this money on a wedding style that she doesn't want, and he thinks that she does want it because this is what she says she wanted to do, but in reality she's just forcing herself because she feels like she has to. So I don't think Bailey's has really anything to do with why she's upset, for the most part.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of being telegraphed as is. That seems the obvious answer.
Right.
So, let's find out. I don't want Bay to spend too much money, but he's right that involving my family comes with strings attached.
Okay.
Side note, I've never liked that sprite of Lua.
This one looks kind of droopy.
Yeah, I feel like her eyes like shrink maybe too much. I don't know. It doesn't read entirely as her compared to all the other sprites in my mind.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. She looks a bit more like Aqua in this facial sprite. But
maybe it's the glasses also meddle into that, but I think I felt the same from the previous game too. It's like the same with that one Freya sprite where she like looks concerned.
right, with her mouth agape and her head looks a little bit thinner, if that's what you mean.
Then her eyes are like more open and also maybe accentuates the eyeliner a bit more. It's just like, so it just deviates a bit too far from what I perceive the character to be.
Okay. I can't say I quite agree, but I'll pay attention more now that I've heard you say that.
I agree with me. That's what counts. Also, I didn't read that line.
Yes.
I'm not sure how to avoid that, though. But I'm realizing that might not even be the main issue. You see, like, there's so much more of the sclera? Is that the term for it? The white part of the eye? So, like, when she gets too sad, like, that doll just shrinks down, and I'm like, I don't like that.
Okay.
That's just me.
I kind of blinked for a little bit, so I didn't see the transition, unfortunately.
No, I'm
But
gonna pay
I can-
attention, said Rules. I blinked. What happened?
I blinked because I clicked the line looking for her facial expression change, and then you didn't read the line, so I brought it up, and then I forgot.
Says Scott Pilgrim Rules, everybody. Give him a round of
See,
applause.
you're doing it right now. You're not reading the line, and my finger is itching to click it,
Yeah.
but I have to stop myself from clicking it.
The more he sends me links to venues and caterers, the more it all feels wrong to me. Shifty eyes hide. I don't mean the wedding itself. I want to get married to Bay. But the way we're planning it, I don't know. I've been to my friends' weddings before. I've also been browsing the most popular wedding pictures online. They're always these big parties, very put together, very classy. They have their whole families over, their friends and colleagues. They rent these beautiful barns and they hire live bands. They wear designer dresses and bespoke suits. I used to look at that and think, this is great. This is what I want.
Okay, I see.
See, look at it. And
I saw-
is there
I saw-
also like a tone shift in their eyes? I don't know if that's like Discord compression also messing with it.
No.
Like they read more
You're
white
right, this-
before, and this now like has a
The w-
pink hue to it.
The white was replaced by a lot of eyeliner and a lot of shadows on her eye, like a huge portion of it. And also, you can now see the back of her eyes, the back of her eyelids. I would say where an open eye would obscure, but now it's shut slightly. So she did shrink a lot.
Yeah.
I will agree.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of like, people's eyes do that. They just kind of shrink when they get. It's just because it's pixel based. The transition is really harsh.
Yeah.
If there was an in between, I get it, but there's no in between that shift.
I work with pixels and on an even smaller scale, so I get it.
Yes.
But still, it's like, every time it transitions, I'm like,
I get it.
I know.
Still looks good though.
yeah. No, it's not to say that there's anything bad with the quality of the pixel art. Far from it.
No, and I appreciate you pointing it out because that's me when I say things like, "Hey, Amanda's face changed a different color. She's only made once," or "Hey, Hyde's eyes are a unique animation where he's shifting back and forth." I totally get that. So I love hearing you do that to me.
And also, Hyde, very quiet thus far. Is actually being a good listener here.
Maybe this is the start of his change. As I have a prediction in my head, but I'm not going to say it.
Oh boy. Comment below what do you think his prediction's going to be. But now it all feels more and more off to me.
Why don't you tell your Why don't you tell your fiance that?
What if he thinks I'm getting cold feet? Or that I'm questioning his ability to help with a budget?
Oh, sorry. I was looking at Lua. That's up to how you communicate it, isn't it?
Right, but it's still a difficult topic.
Yeah, it's gonna sound wrong no matter how you put it. I can totally see where Lua's coming from. This is one of those we need to talk, and no matter how you say it, no matter what the conversation is gonna be, it's gonna sound bad. It just sounds wrong from the start.
You could always try to preface it a bit. Just say, like,
It's-
no, it's not
I don't
this
know how you
thing,
preface
it's
it.
not this other thing. Like, I
No,
assure
but have you ever
but-
you've seen those conversations where someone goes, "It's not this or this. It's this thing that leads into this and this." Like that's the beginning of "It's not you, it's me."
it's like I said, there's plenty of other paths where this can spiral out of control and go wrong. Sure, but
Yeah.
it still feel like with the two of them, of course, very willing to work to get to somewhere. So I feel like conversation shouldn't be. I say this, and yet the opposite is true, and this, of course, right before our very eyes. It's like there should be ways to at least converse in a way that you can get to where each person can comfortably go.
Right. It is definitely just hard though, unless you're in a very vulnerable state, and it seems like okay, yeah, they want to talk about something that isn't gonna kill me; it's gonna kill them. But no matter how you slice it in an ordinary circumstance, it's just gonna sound bad. Like, hey, I want to talk about our wedding, and even in most circumstances, even if it's a perfectly normal day, I want to talk about our wedding is gonna sound kind of bad. Even if it's perfectly good news. Hey, I want to hire a DJ. It's just that initial 5 seconds of, okay, what does she want to talk about the entire wedding? Because normal people would lead with, hey, we should hire a DJ for our wedding. I don't think you can cold open into... What did she say? Let me look it up. Yeah. I don't know how you can cold open into, this is all great, this is just not what I want. It feels off. And cold opening with, our wedding feels off is red flag city.
And that, yeah, and that's true. I mean, and very much Bailey has always been, at least from this game. It's like, what do you want, girl? And she just goes, I don't know.
Yeah, if I was Bailey's, I'd be intensely confused. Like, okay, what do you want? You gotta tell me. Because historically, guys don't really know what girls are thinking. That's just something that is known in pop culture. Maybe not true, but that's a pop culture thing that's known. And this just reinforces that, okay, what do you want? I don't know what I want. Okay, I'm going to tell you what we should do. No, I don't want that.
Just talk.
Like the common...
No.
like the common trope, hey, what do you want to eat? I don't know, anything. Okay, let's go have burgers. Oh, I don't want burgers. Okay, let's have sushi. Oh, I don't want sushi. Okay, let's have chicken. Okay, let's have chicken. You sound like you wanted chicken. Well, I didn't know until you told me I wanted chicken. But now I do. Oh, I'm not hungry. Okay, I'm gonna order something. Oh, can I have some of your food? But you said you weren't hungry. And then they eat half your food. That's happened to me so many times. Like, stop eating my food. I'm hungry.
Yeah. It's just Lua.
Anyway.
It's just is not piecing it together for herself somehow.
Although this is a known, a symptom. I forget the name of it, but it's something that describes. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this: it's something women go through when they're about to get married. I forget the name of it. I don't know if it's wedding blues or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
I couldn't tell you the term for that,
but it sounds familiar, right?
In some sense, yes.
All right, as long as I don't sound misogynistic or crazy, but it's something I recall that when some girls get married, they act a little funny leading up to the marriage.
That's fine. The girls aren't watching anymore.
Oh no. Would it upset you to hear that maybe more than half of the people who are going to view this are girls?
Comment below if you're a girl.
Okay, stop that. Don't say that. Moving
Comment
on.
below if you are a person.
Moving on.
We've been through so much. You all know that.
Yes, we played the first game.
This is supposed to be our special day. A way to celebrate our partnership. Bay wants to honor that. He'll feel awful if he thinks I don't.
Reminder, Sin, that the cover for Coffee Talk, there's two covers. One is Freya looking cute, ordering a coffee. And the second cover is Bailey's and Lua having a pleasant conversation while the visage of Seattle is just overlooming them. And that's the poster I have of Coffee Talk in my room that came with the strictly limited bundle, which is just Bailey's and Lua chatting, and it's kind of very Romeo and Juliet-esque.
Except, yeah, these two actually figured out that, no, yeah, they do want each other. It's not just two basically children. Just be like, nope, they're the one for me. Definitely. And they're dead? Well, I'll die too. Or if he thinks I don't trust him.
This song is really good. Let me look up the song. Is this
Why don't
familiar?
you pull it up on the shuffled?
Before we close. Yeah, I like it.
Just like they're about to close on their marriage.
I swear, you and your elf are well matched. You always worry so much about what the other thinks, instead of working out your own wants and needs. You do realize that's the important bit, right?
I mean, he's spitting so far.
You spin, stop it. Let's
I
hide
mean,
cooking.
Generally, yes, I get that. But how does it apply here?
What do you think it means to honor your partnership?
To celebrate it properly, for starters?
Right. And who are you in that partnership with?
I believe you've met him. The blonde guy with the puppy eyes.
Right. I'm glad you remember that. Because you're making it sound like you were in a relationship with your friends who got married. And the strangers who put wedding pictures online. Indignant silence. This is your relationship you're celebrating. Why are you so concerned with other people's weddings? Your special day needs to make sense to the two of you. Have it in trainers at the fast food joint if that's what you like. Does he mean like jogging outfits? Is that what they call that? Trainers?
Sure. Where was this game
gonna-
made?
Sweatpants, I guess. That way you can also take the budget out of the equation. You know, honestly, thinking about it, that could be pretty fun. If it was very small scale, hey, we're gonna have our wedding at McDonald's, and
People have done it.
you have a lot of friends who works at McDonald's, and like, hey, yeah, McDonald's is closed for the day for a wedding, and everyone would go, oh, that's cool. I think that'd be cute.
People would not be cool with it.
Okay, that's just my headcanon of that would be kind of cute.
That's,
Wedding
you
at
think
Wendy's.
average bumfuck American would walk up to the door and be like, they're having a wedding in there? I want my food.
As long as they're cool and they shell out the money, then that'd be fun. I just think I think it's a fun idea to have weddings at all kinds of special occasions instead of the wedding barn or the wedding chapel, because once again, I think I said this before, but my auntie got married at the wedding location, and that shit was expensive. And it's expensive because, yeah, they run a business on this. Why not have weddings in unconventional places? Like, have it out in the field. That's free. Or have it at your house. Or, you know, just have it at the fast food joint. Whatever. Hyde is making a lot of sense. I just think it's fun. And he's emphasizing individuality and, you know, celebrating your relationship properly.
Yeah, but if you still want catering and the such, though, that's still gonna run up the bill.
Cater at Wendy's. Here's your Wendy's burgers.
Yeah.
Still sounds good to me. Wendy's ice cream machine works.
Not the Frosty machine. The McFlurries.
The frost. Tell them the flirт machine doesn't work.
Understandable. Have a good day.
Anyway, even if I read this line, I'm gonna read it again. That way you can also take the budget out of the equation. A simpler wedding won't feel shabby if you make it feel properly yours.
I still want a pretty outfit. And decent food.
Thank goodness.
Even Gala's laughing over there. But point well taken. It's just... my family might have certain expectations.
Did they openly say that?
No.
Then maybe they do, or maybe you just think they do. The only way to find out is to talk to them. Besides, isn't Bailey's also about to become your family? You sure are the only family he's got.
Oh!
I'm not saying to disinvite everyone or to fight with them or anything. But you shouldn't put their needs above your own.
I really shouldn't, should I? You've given me food for thought. Thanks, Hyde.
My pleasure.
See, he wasn't an asshole about it.
Gala's saying things that I like.
Amazing how you perk up when you give people advice, Hyde.
Alright, since Gala is pretty much putting it out there, that was my theory that I feel like Hyde could excel at being either a marriage counselor or just being a social worker. Just working with people.
I was gonna say
Because-
therapist, but no, I don't think that would work out.
No. This asshole can't be a therapist. No way.
I'm
He needs to
thinking
work with
about
other
suicide.
assholes.
How about you don't, idiot?
No, he can't do anything that involves people's lives on the line. Please, no therapy, no suicide prevention hotline. He can work with other assholes like wedding manager or social work, which is like just talking to people. But please, not a therapist. At least for another 20 years.
Or however
He
many
could probably be a
vampire
great
years it
therapist if
takes.
he's trained. Did you read the line?
I did.
Okay. No. No.
And look at Lua. She's like, hold on a second there.
Wait a minute. Maybe you should become a therapist.
Everyone's like, I don't know about that. Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence. Hyde, everyone hates you, but, in a good way.
He's an asshole, but he's our asshole.
There we go. Okay, now we're here. This is originally what I thought. So my prediction is pretty much there. I did say I might become a couples counselor, but I agree with what you all implied. I don't think I'm quite tactful enough for that.
Don't you love
That's a
it how we
polite way of
have
putting it.
our long tangents and then the game immediately confirms what we're thinking?
I enjoy it. We are in the in-between of the game very softly implying it, us picking it up, and then hard confirming or hard implying it. And that's just good narrative design. If you can lead the audience in a proper way that gets them thinking and goes, it would be nice if story did this, and the story does that, you go, cool. This makes me feel smart because I saw this as something that is smart, thus making the game smart and good. Which is what I really like about Coffee Talk, where it leads you down that path. You go, oh, cool, and it usually confirms that.
Yeah. He's a good game.
It's a good game.
Are you looking to change careers, Hyde?
He's bored of modeling.
Another thing, Prayson, you said you like voicing Lua, and I also like you voicing Lua. You have a real motherly kind of cadence to when you speak as her.
She is not a mother yet.
Oh. Hopefully that doesn't come up in the story that she was already 2 months pregnant, and that's why she's feeling funny.
No.
Don't confirm that prediction, game.
Oh no.
Anyway, that was praise for you, not Lua.
Thank you. I thought you were gonna praise my Gala too, but no. Poor Gala.
No, you're just Sojiro. That's not impressing me.
Hey, it's not easy.
It's not easy being Sojiro.
Not to drop down that register when I don't naturally have that's tricky. All right, give me some props.
Sorry, I gotta build you up and then put you down. That's how I build you up again.
Damn. I'm still waiting for the putting me up.
Finds it too impertinent. Wants to leave a mark. Wants to have fun. Just a very quick summary.
Oh, I see. Well, is there any way you could make modeling fun again?
I don't think so. Last time I had proper fun was maybe 20 years ago.
What happened then?
I was modeling a capsule collection for a young designer, and she wanted to take her own pictures. She got a studio, lugged the outfits there, found someone to do the makeup. Then she whipped out an old film camera, a proper relic. I hadn't seen one like it since the 60s.
My granddad has an old black and silver camera with 2 lenses. Was it something like that?
Yep, exactly like that. She said she preferred it because of the way it captured the light. And also because it was a slower experience. Something that would allow us to connect more. Interesting. It's great that it's good that Hyde has the answers. He's just too much of a jerk to put it together himself, so he needs others to help him out. But that's just a character flaw of his that's part of his personality. You know?
Need a therapist for the therapist.
At first, I didn't think much of it. I started doing the usual posing, switching, posing some more. But something felt different. Then I realized what it was. Most of the time, we were just talking. She only took a picture once in a few minutes, if that.
Is that unusual?
Yep. Most fashion photographers take dozens of pictures in a row. I felt a bit sorry for her, to be honest. I thought she didn't know what she was doing and that she was wasting her money. But we had a great time and we got kind of friendly, I guess. Because at the end of it, she let me use up the remaining exposures. I fooled around, shot some random stuff, and one portrait of her. Then, she suggested I come with her to her dark room. Watch how she developed pictures and how they came out.
You did always have a fondness for dark places.
Gala, shut up. Heh. Comes with the territory. But as for the pictures, well, they were gorgeous. First of all, I looked really like me, you know? A me I could recognize. But that's not even what stuck with me the most. It's the care that she put into processing each frame. Working each picture through the chemical baths. Hanging them, drying them. It was like watching a magic ritual. And her portrait, when she saw it, she got a bit emotional. She said she was used to being on the other side of the camera. And that was the first time she really liked the portrait someone took of her. I'm in a weird place these days. Sin, have you ever done old photography in a dark room?
old photography, no.
Like
Yeah,
developing
darkroom, no.
photos by hand, is what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry.
Not at all.
In my high school, that was a big part of our photography class. In photographies 1 through 3, you would take pictures on a DSL camera, I believe it's called, point and shoot. I forget, what it's called at the moment. I'm kind of a bad student nowadays, but I remember the lessons by hand, not by my head. But the point is, we would always get a roll of film at the start of every class, and we would just use it to take pictures. And at the end of every class, we would all develop photos. And being in a dark room is pretty cool. It's just really dark red lights everywhere.
I've seen the dark rooms, yeah. I've
we've all seen
it in
dark rooms
video
before in
games.
Yeah, it's just really surreal being in there because it's kind of the first time you go in there, it's very horror movie. And in fact, in our school, yes, to get to the dark room, you have to go through a the turn push. I forget the name of the doors, but the turn push doors to get into grocery stores and stuff, or malls.
The revolving.
The revolving doors. Yes, it's a solid black revolving door with a divider on each side, and you would go through it, and it would silence all lights. No light would come through. And once you go through that little revolving door, it's kind of like a teleportation device where you go from bright, colorful room lights in an art room to the darkest, reddest, most eerie, ominous looking room. And to be fair, the dark room at night really because I've stayed a couple of times after school in the dark room processing photos, and yeah, it's an experience. Like, it's very like if someone were to walk in and just see you developing photos underneath the chemical baths, it would freak them the hell out. Which I have freaked out and have been freaked out by people I didn't expect to be in the dark room. But to Hyde's credit, what he's saying that it was a new experience and it requires a lot of care, it really, really, really does. Like, you can develop in all kinds of interesting ways that you never even expected. Like, the amount of color, brightness, saturation, the amount of time it sits in a bath, it's all very by hand. I used to have a photo where it was me sitting atop a very long set of stairs and the sun was shining very brightly. And I developed it in a test way where I developed each segment of the photo, left, middle, and right, in different varieties. So the leftmost was the brightest and the rightmost was the darkest and the middle was just right. But when you look at that photo in your hand after it's finished developing, it's a really cool contrast of, each of these has a different mood to them. They're all artistically crafted. And you can do that with all kinds of effects. Like, if you place a cutout over a photo, you can have a funny contrast of a bright circle and a dark not circle. Let's call it a spiral, I'm trying to say. So it really is a very finely handcrafted artistic approach to doing these things. And if you want a perfect developed photo, you have to be exact. Like, really have your timer going. You can't have your phone either in a dark room because any light destroys the photos. So you have to have a stopwatch or something, or your phone already on a timer and just beeps while you're in the dark room. So it's all very manual, and you have to be manual or else you destroy the photos. There's nothing automatic or not handcrafted about it. It's all manual. And that's really special because, nowadays doing that, you can just take a picture, mess with it in Photoshop or on your phone or what have you.
Yeah, a lot of non-destructive techniques to alter photos.
Right. Yep, that was my rant.
Yeah. And for my part, before I continue, it's like I share a lot of sentiments sometimes with Hyde in regards to photos, because it's like sometimes it just doesn't look like me or me I recognize. Many, or I won't say many, just because headshots are expensive.
Right.
For at least here in the acting space, you want a quality person who will dedicate quality time to you. That can ring you up in some hundreds of dollars.
Right. I have my own leftover photography book from my photography classes, and I have a lot of headshots in there, and they took a long time to make, and they were very hard to do, and getting the right contrast and all that colors and everything and the time it took, it's just I can see how this would take hundreds of dollars.
for sure. But
I'll show you. I'll show you in a later on today. But to say the least about being a professional photographer taking headshots, yeah, it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, because it's not as easy as just clicking the shutter on the camera, if it even has a shutter anymore. Now, there's taking all the lighting, taking all the perspective, body posture, all that good stuff. And it's like, yeah, many, just because also I've sometimes there's like, I don't like looking at myself, just like, oh god, that's what I look like. So everyone has their own image of themselves in their head, and then you see it pop out on a picture. It's like, ugh! Or it's like, or I look at myself in the mirror. It's like, yeah, that looks good. Then someone takes a picture of me. He's like, what happened? It's like,
I don't know. For me,
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I personally never feel that way about any photos I take, but sometimes I feel that way about artist renditions of like, oh, that kind of looks like, kind of like me, but artist rendition. And you, I feel like you're pretty handsome. I've seen pictures of you. You're pretty good looking.
Have you? I probably have sent pictures of myself at this point, but
Anything else you want to add?
I thought you were going to confirm or deny what pictures you've seen of me.
Oh, just the one of your money account, let's call it, and your email account, let's call it.
Okay. Because I mostly replace those with just my cat now. Haha.
Yeah, well, nowadays, but I've seen them before.
Curses. But yeah, I feel like as time goes on, I've gotten better at stylizing, and also generally working out makes you more attractive as well. At least more pleasing to the eye as regards to just how the facial structure also changes as you gain more muscle.
Lessons for us all to take. Working out makes you attractive.
Yeah, but also confidence. Confidence is the biggest one, probably. You can be pretty ugly, but if you just walk around like you got a big dick, then it's like, hey.
Hey, that guy's walking around like he got a big dick. That's pretty cool.
People dig that. But, again, in any case, like this, just the many times where I look, and it's like, some people also actually agree, like with headshots, and it's like, sometimes you can, like, some people will post their headshots, like a whole collection of the whole photo shoot, to Facebook and be like, hey, which ones do you like the best? Because there'll just be a lot of them where some of them will look at him and be like, that doesn't look like you. And they're right. And the main thing, of course, when you have a headshot is that you want it to look like you, because otherwise the casting director just looks at something and then is like, wait, was this how this person looked like? I don't remember them looking like that. That's extra mind space being taken up by the director, being focused on what you look like and not what your actual performance and qualifications are. So that's valuable memory space being lost. That could easily be going to someone else now. So it's a lot of things you have to consider, but yeah, it's definitely like, and I've gone into Photoshop sometimes too, just to be like, I don't like how that looks over there, or maybe I didn't do that well of a good job at shading here, and just because these are good cameras, then it's catching all that. It's like, let me just magic brush over here. Or it's like, maybe my eyes, like, they look darker than they should, so I'll just brighten that up just a bit, like, not too much that is like, okay, no, like, you put this through like some filters and now you look like the Face app, like, beautified shot here. It's like, no, I'm not going for that. like I'm doing some work just so like it's somewhat idealized version of me, but it's like I guess the same principle as like modeling as well. Is like, a lot of those people don't just wake up every day looking like that. Like, they got beautiful bone structure in their face, perhaps, sure, but like, there's still a lot of hair and makeup that goes into that.
Right.
So just trying to, putting best version of myself out there that still feels authentic is what I'm getting at. I wanted that.
Right.
Want to get a picture and be like, that looks like me. And I can be like, yeah.
That's good. It's good that we both can relate to Hyde in our own ways, even if he is Hyde. he says things that typically do make sense when he's not speaking about his own ideas about things, but just the life he's lived in general. He has all kinds of things we all can relate to.
Yeah, because that's good characters, people.
It is a good character.
Doesn't relate to you, but could relate to someone else.
And seeing how we're talking about it at all, I feel like that's good art as well. Because
Yeah.
good art gets you talking, as they like to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. It's not like me to tell these kinds of tales. Or to launch into sloppy monologues. Really. Just forget it.
No, I think it's a beautiful story. And it gives me an idea, I think, of another career for you. Is he the photographer?
Oh, please, share, Lua. You'd be doing both of us a solid. For the love of God, please.
Go on then.
Well, maybe it's because I've looked at so many of them recently. But apparently, film is making a big comeback for wedding pictures. I haven't heard this. It's what you said. It captures the light beautifully. And it's a more personal, slower approach. Maybe you could try that?
Who? Me?
Yes, you.
No, the other vampire who's looking for a new line of work.
Are you talking about me?
No.
No, Jeffrey. Stay in the corner.
Kono Dio da? No, Dio, not you.
I think you've got the wrong guy here, Lua. I know I'm disgustingly sentimental these days, but I'm not that far gone.
Maybe you should be go.
Attending one wedding gives me cavities, let alone several per month.
Ah, well, forget about it then.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
No. Don't forget about it at all. It would be perfect for you. Come on, Hyde. I know you like to play strong and sarcastic, but you are sentimental. And you love to chat people up. You'd solve all the bridesmaids' drama and offend the parents. But most importantly, you do something for these people that they'll never forget.
Okay, hard swerve into not what I thought they were swerving into, but that's good.
I need this guy to be happy, goddammit, please.
My expectations were answered and then swerved. That's very good. Very good story writing.
Holy shit, please. They'll look at your pics their whole lives. If that's not leaving a mark, I don't know what is.
You're assuming they won't get divorced. I'd stop that. I don't know if this is the right topic for Miss Lua. Is getting married. Stop being an asshole in my coffee shop, please.
It's alright. I know some marriages end in divorce, but that doesn't change anything, does it? Whether a marriage lasts for a few months or several decades, the wedding is still an unforgettable moment in someone's life.
That career in the mafia is really looking up.
You're hopeless. I'm falling asleep on my chair now, so I'm gonna head back. Do whatever you want, you thick-skulled vampire.
Hey, I said I want to shoot people. I didn't mean with a camera.
Just don't stay out too late, okay?
Yeah, Mom, whatever. Yeah, alright.
That's my cue as well. I have some thinking to do. Before everyone leaves, check the Tomodachi. Remember the one time we thought
Yes,
Barista would
we
have
thought.
something closing to say, but he didn't.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think it said 4 customers today. Let me check.
No!
Oh, okay. Just 3. Okay.
Check the Tomodachi.
This-
You go in there.
This,
Do it.
This is the whole day.
Give
Okay.
it.
This
You
is a
get
good day.
it. Hey,
very,
get in there.
very cozy day. Check our brew pad first. Cough syrup. Cure for a sore throat. And has anyone's relationship gone up? Lua's
Lua.
arc is basically complete then, and hopefully Bailey's will follow suit. Lover of the bright
English.
moonlight, believer in a life without a fight. I'm a big fan of art and poetry. What I'm doing for my life. Working from 9 to 5 in a trading company by day, going to poetry readings in museums on weekends, and raptured by the forbidden fruit.
Oh my.
Interesting. And our stories. Hey guys up. Is Lucas drunk? I think that's it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Said 3. No, I guess that's it. Oh wait, Hyde. Hyde's arc is
Hyde.
finished. Seems like.
What do you say, Hyde?
Favorite things. The fact I've been blood sober for 10 years now. What I'm doing with my life. Currently, a model. Past stock trader, entrepreneur, venture capitalist. Okay. Yeah. What's this song? It's pretty good. Pardon my words.
Haha.
I like all Andrew Jeremy's songs, titles. They have really good melancholic sounds.
It's funny because Hyde speaks about things that are hard for the ear.
Right.
He doesn't apologize for them, but hey.
I tell you, Sin, once we finish Coffee Talk 2, just like Coffee Talk 1, this is probably going to be on my soundtrack listening playlist for like the next 2 years. I've only just recently finally cycled out of Coffee Talk 1 as one of my main go-to soundtracks just to listen to when I'm doing nothing. It's taken a long time to get the brain worm out, but I finally got it out. It's taken 3 years, but
It's
only
a good
just
brainworm.
only in the last 3 months I finally got it in and out. I still listen to Hot on Cold or Rainy Moonlight, I believe it's called. Mainly Hot on Cold. I listen to that a lot. But yes. But as soon as we finish this game, I'm sure Coffee Talk 2 soundtrack is going to be in there for another 3 years. Hopefully we'll get a Coffee Talk 3 by the time that comes out. Because that'd be hype. This isn't the kind of game that would be terrible for long formats. Like, the barista is the barista. Seeing new customers all the time is very entertaining. Unlike games like Life is Strange, where they just really run out the episode format into the ground.
Damn. Shooting on Life is Strange. Hot takes, everybody.
Yeah, if I know I love Life is Strange, but unlike in Life is Strange, in Coffee Talk, we can have a static location or switch to a different location, or we can just cycle out characters as like they are moving on with their lives as progression has been showing. Like Bailey's and Lua, if the creators are sick of having them as a cast, they can be like, okay, Bailey's and Lua got married and moved to Canada, whatever. That's just what they felt like doing. Like, they cycled out Freya pretty effectively. She's on tour or looking for inspiration. So Freya, as the main character, she's out. At least until she pops up back at the end, which we know she will. But it's pretty effective. Like, they could do that. Or we could take the place of Silver as his assistant in his new safe bar, coffee shop, and just do that. Who knows? Go intergalactic. That's been set up. It's there. We have golems.
Golems!
This series can't end until we see golems as a cast member, okay? Please. Please.
Do it for rules. He really wants to see golems. He wants to know if they're actual people.
I want to know if they wear pants and drink coffee.
Especially the pants. Do-do-do-do. And maybe some talking. Thanks again, Hyde. And good luck. I hope your next adventure is a good one.
It will be. Good night, Lua.
Good night, barista.
See you later.
Good night, you two. And then there was one. Here we go again. Last one sitting. Indeed, proper night owls. You didn't say anything about that wedding photographer idea. It's ridiculous, right?
I don't like that finger.
I like it. It's not for me to say, but I wouldn't call it ridiculous. My sixth sense is telling me this. Sixth sense. It sounds like you've enjoyed the whole film photography experience. And you do like being around people, don't you? I do. Sometimes. But I'm not romantic. People get married. They think they're taking a first step into forever. Well, there's no such thing as forever. Everyone ends up disappointed in some way. And then, the next thing you know... I don't want to sound too depressing.
It's too late for that.
Right. So, you don't believe in love? Of course I do, but only in a certain kind. You can choose to keep supporting someone, to enjoy their company. You can do that for years with friends, family, lovers. But at the end of the day, you're still you, a separate person. And there's still them. There's no two souls becoming one. Not really. I know. The one time I tried, it really didn't work out. But, do you regret trying? I'm gonna let this sit. It's very romantic.
But he's not romantic.
I think it's romantic.
No, but he's... No looking back.
Oh, yes. No looking back. Damn, this track is hidden. I love it. Yeah, what's that Shakespeare quote? No, it's not Shakespeare. Is it Shakespeare? It's an old-timey quote, you know. It's better have loved and lost than to never loved at all.
I want to say that's not Shakespeare, but...
Well, ye old English quote. For someone as old as Hyde, it's hilarious he doesn't believe in that. Well, maybe he does. He's being coy about it.
Yeah, it's that expression comes from an elegy titled In Memoriam, A-H-H-H, by Alfred Lord Tennyson.
Okay, fun facts of the
19th
day.
century.
19th century. No, I guess I don't. It confirmed for me that marriage and the like, it's never going to be my thing. And there's freedom in knowing that about myself. It's given me space to build other relationships that work much better. But at the same time, when I see people who truly believe it, people who walk into it, willing to share their lives so closely, even if for most of them it won't pan out, there's something beautiful there. Maybe you'd like to capture it, Hyde. Like watching a butterfly fly too close to a flame, or a flower bloom like it will never wilt. Well, in my case, I singed off my wings, but I'm still here. And on that day, for that minute when I'd say we'd be together forever and meant it, I sure felt alive. If you know all that, then you must also know that it's something worth celebrating, and something worth helping other people celebrate. You're a tricksy one, barista. And I'm too tired to fight your logic.
You're a vampire. How are you tired?
That song transition, though. Which means it's time for me to head back. Let me look at the song again. I got such a mental hard-on for these songs right now. Wind Serenade.
See, look, it's a golem.
Of course, Mr. Hyde. And I meant to say, I appreciate our one-to-one chats. I do too. It's when you're less assholey. I think it's really funny that I don't ever think I've seen Hyde be an asshole to the barista. He tries, but we immediately see through him, and he really stops smiling and joking around. He kind of slyly grins, but he's more comprehensive. What am I trying to say? Not comprehensive. He's more thoughtful. I think it's one of the effects the barista has on, when talking to people with deep-seated, troubles, like Hyde. I wouldn't say his is deep-seated, but he's had them for a long time.
Yeah.
I hope we can keep providing you with a comfortable space here. Oh, it's plenty comfortable, for sure. Besides, well,
Nothing.
Uh-oh.
It all boils down to this, doesn't it? The way time passes for me is very different from anyone else I know. Thank goodness Gala is from a long-living species. Yeah, thank goodness. But even then, he'll grow old before I do. Eventually. The world will change 100 times. Technologies will die out. New technologies will come. I will feel again the same way I feel now. In a century. Maybe 2. And Luangala won't be around to give me advice. The world won't wait for me. But you will. Am I right, barista?
What's that supposed to mean?
I wonder what kind of silence we have. Is it knowing silence? Meaningful silence? Thoughtful silence? Or the kind of silence that one conveys with their eyes and just smiles?
Comment below what silence you'd give Hyde.
I will slap the shit out of you. That is very perceptive of you, Mr. Hyde. Hey, you've grown to know me quite well. It's only fair that I know you a little in return. Fair? I suppose that's true. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. I'm just imagining that when Hyde politely drops that, the barista goes from customer service to leader of 1,000-year-old organization. If you catch my drift. No, all-knowing God sort of facade, if that makes any sense.
Sure.
To continuing our story. See you in Coffee Talk 11. It's nice to know that no matter how much time passes, there's always going to be someone here rooting for me. Thank you for your trust, Mr. Hyde. We will make sure it's not misplaced. I know you will. And on that note, I'm gonna go browse for some film cameras.
Lucas.
What's the worst that can happen?
Lucas.
Please don't be Lucas.
Oh, Riona.
Oh no, Rihanna, don't deal with him. Indeed. Take care of yourself, friend. And you as well. The world won't wait for you, Mr. Hyde. But some of us will. What is this soundtrack? Drinking lovely coffee. Sin, I did this in my Valhalla playthrough, but I sometimes get in a weird mood where the music's just like, it's hidden really good. I don't know why. It's just like, damn, music's seeping in today.
Good art will do that to you.
Yes, it will. A chai adeni, a sweet, spicy chai latte from the town of Aden, Yemen.
Alright, so that day took a bit. So
It took an hour. It took almost 2 hours.
Oof. So, I could do one more, but we'd have to be relatively speedy for it.
I think taking our time is fine. Would you like to call it here?
That's it. It can go, but it just can't ramble on for too long.
But I like ramblings. Today was a really good ramble. I felt good about it.
It's good rambles, but we can still have our rambles at a different time. Now, but we can go the one more.
Do you really want to go one more? Are you sure?
Do the one more. So the more time you spread to just have to press any key screen, the less time we'll have.
Well, even if we are going to go one more, we should take a break, refresh ourselves, get some water, some lemon. Sounds good?
Oh gosh, no, don't take a break, people. No, come back. Help.
And we'll be back momentarily. See you soon.